So it's the Friday after Easter, and I brought you to this beautiful place with the ice plant blooming as we consider today's scripture passage. And this scripture passage is very interesting because it has Jesus and the disciples by the Lake of Galilee after his resurrection, where Peter decides that he will go fishing, and he goes with the other disciples. They catch nothing all night, and they see this figure out there on the beach who asks if they've caught anything. They say no, and he says, well, throw the his children, he says, throw the net on the other side of the boat, which they do, and they catch such a huge amount of fish they can barely pull it in. And that's when one of them recognizes it must be Jesus, and Peter jumps into the water and swims there, and Jesus already has some fish cooking, some bread, and he invites them to this breakfast. And they realize it is the Lord. What I want to stress in this particular apparition of Jesus, this appearance, is that as with almost all the appearances, Jesus has to do something for them to reveal, for them to realize who he is. He has to reveal himself to them. They easily recognize him when they do that. The same thing in Emmaus, when he breaks the bread, they easily recognize him. Mary, when she hears her name spoken by Jesus, easily recognizes him. And so with the other apparitions, they tend to recognize him. He might have to show them his hands and his feet, but then they readily recognize it is the Lord, and it changes everything for them. What I delight in this is I see in them our situation, because Christ is also, I think, revealing himself at all times to us. He's revealing himself in this beautiful hillside covered with these beautiful flowers. Christ is revealing himself to us in other people, in their goodness to us, and even sometimes in their bad humor. He's revealing himself to us in the ways that we can serve him in this world. He's revealing himself to us in the problems that our world faces now. He's there. But we have to be able to listen and to hear and to be open to seeing and to hearing him. We may not have a miraculous catch of fish, that's there. But what we will have whenever we sense him near is a sense of peace and of joy, and a sense that our lives have taken on a meaning that they're almost always in danger of losing. How wonderful the Lord is in establishing for us again and again that in his resurrection, our lives can be totally meaningful, so totally filled with this sense that we are meant for not only life here on this earth and to do that really, really well, but life forever, where we can give ourselves over to the Lord at our death and be with him who loves us so tremendously. The real question is, why aren't we happy all the time? Because as Christians, we kind of give up the right to complain. If things aren't going well, then we're invited by Jesus to be with him in his passion and his cross. How can we complain about that invitation? And when we are in great, in happiness, or things are going well, we can see him in the resurrection there. Why would we complain for that? There's a deep mystery in our faith that God has embraced all in all. Are we willing to embrace all in all? And so here by this beautiful hillside, meditating upon these apostles and their miraculous catch of fish, may we have a sense that Jesus is always with us, waiting around the corner to reveal himself to us. And may we be so open to receiving that revelation that joy is only a matter of opening our eyes and seeing Christ.